Hey, happy Friday, sports board gaming fans. Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming. And not a game, but just a special little project slash send off, I guess, as most everyone who is a baseball fan, most everyone who is an American knows we lost the great Hank Aaron today. And what I wanted to do as a final tribute and send off to him is do a 27 at-bat salute. And basically what that entails is Hank Aaron getting 3 at-bats each against some of the better pitchers in the National League, circa 1969, which is the set of payoff pitch cards I have, and the only set that I have Hank Aaron in. So I thought it would be a nice fitting way to pay tribute to not only one of the greatest baseball players ever, but if you talk to anybody who knew of him or interacted with him, one of the greatest humans ever to walk the face of the earth. And blessed that we got to see him in action, those of us that are old enough, and share some of the special memories he created on the diamond. So the way this will work is I took the eight of the better pitchers from the 1969 season in the National League and one from the American League, which has a very special significance to Hank Aaron. So I'm going to run down the lineup. First off, the first pitcher to face him from the Dodgers will be Bill Singer. Next, we will have Steve Blass from the Pirates, Larry Dierker from the Astros, Fergie Jenkins from the Cubs, Juan Marichal from the Giants, Tom Seaver from the Mets, lefty Steve Carlton from the Cardinals, and the intimidator Bob Gibson, also from the Cardinals. And it would only be fitting if his last 3 at-bats were against the man that he took deep on April 8th, 1974 for his 715th home run, Al Downing, who at the time was a pitcher for the New York Yankees. So we are going to go ahead and play through the at-bats. And when we're done, I'll just talk a little bit about my memories of Aaron, because I actually watched live the game that he hit his 715th home run in. I was 11 years old, had just turned 11 the month before. And, of course, the game was broadcast nationally by NBC and really had an impact on me, which I'll talk about after we go through the tribute. So joining us, Matt, Steeler fan 1933, thank you much. Philip Reynolds, going for 715. You know what would be fitting is if he gets a home run against the last pitcher he faces, which again will be Al Downing. Brandon Baker, good evening. Thanks for joining. And Big Polly's World of Sports, what's happening? So again, it'll just be 3 at-bats against each pitcher, a total of 9 pitchers, 27 at-bats to say our final farewell, pay tribute to the great Hank Aaron. So here we go. Bill Singer is the first one up, and it is going to be a patient result. And Hank Aaron against the right-hander patient is going to ground that down to second base. So at-bat number 2 against Singer. I really want to see at least 1 home run, and we are in Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, which is very hitter-friendly. And against lefties, Hank goes deep 1 to 84 wheelhouse, 1 to 75 against righties. So here we go, and tough out for Singer. Darn it, that's going to be a fly ball to left field. Going back to the track to haul that in. And shagging balls out in the outfield are the 2 students that accompanied him from second to third in his 715th home run trot. So here we go. 6 is going to be in play, and Hank Aaron, he's going to have a hit there, and that's going to be a single into left field. So Hank goes 1 for 3 against Bill Singer. Next up for the Pirates, we have Steve Blass. Tips the cap to Hammering Hank. Captain Carl, welcome, buddy. And Philip Reynolds, Strat Football, up on his channel tomorrow. Check that out. Give him a sub. He has a new channel now. 7 from Blast. That's going to be an in-play result. And 44, Aaron. That's going to be a ground ball down to third. 1 down. Singing at bat against Blast. And his best season came a couple of years after this, 1971. And he kind of flamed out after that. And this is going to be a fly ball into center field. 2 down, and final at bat against Blass, and it looks like Hammer and Hank's going to come through again. 18. That's going to be a single right back up the middle. So Aaron, 1 for 3 against both of the first 2 pitchers he faces. Still looking for that long ball as Larry Dierker from the Astros steps onto the mound. And first pitch, that is going to be a defensive check. And I guess that's not really going to, well, that, you know what, we'll re-roll defensive checks because there's no fielders out there. So we're looking for hits, walks, or strikeouts here. So ignore the defensive check. Redo that at bat, foul ball. And 11, that's going to be a patient result. And Aaron, against the right-hander, that's going to be a ground ball down to second base. So Hank has started each of his at-bats or series against each pitcher with a ground out. Second pitch. And that's going to be another patient result. And Aaron, he's going to draw a base on ball, so a walk there. And final at bat for Dierker. Here comes a pitch, winds up, tough out. Oh, shame. And Hank Aaron, big swing and a miss at the fastball. So first one to get him on strikes. Next up will be Fergie Jenkins, featured in a 1969 Payoff Pitch replay that you'll find on this channel. Hey, what's up, Ron? Thanks for joining us. Doing a final 27 at-bat salute to the great Hank Aaron. So Fergie Jenkins, 4th pitcher to face Aaron, and this is going to be a tough result. And swing and a miss. Fergie bust off a slider, and Aaron just misses that. 1 down. 3, that's going to be a tough result. And 73, Hank Aaron puts that into play, drives it into center field. So Fergie looking to be the first pitcher to set Aaron down in all 3 at-bats. And that's going to be an in-play result. And Jenkins does it. That's a ground ball down to shortstop. So Fergie, he was very tough in his 1969 replay, exceeding his real-life earned run average. And gets Hank to go 0 for 3. And the crazy one Marshall, he who attacks others with bats, steps up. And this is going to be a tough out, swing and a miss. So Aaron, against the elite of the National League that year, strikeout there. Another tough result for Marshall, and that's going to be a strikeout. So Marshall has Aaron's number. He's going to get one more shot at him. 7, and that's going to be an in-play result and a fly ball into right field. Aaron goes the opposite way, but that's going to stay in play. And Marshall records an 0 for 3. That brings up Tom Seaver, pitcher number 6. Bob's Tabletop Sports have joined us at the tribute to Hank Aaron. Welcome, my friend. And again, Bob, he's facing 9 of the best pitchers of his day, 1969, in one final 27 at-bat salute. Patient result from Seaver, and that's going to be a base on balls. So second walk Aaron has drawn. He also drew one against Larry Dierker. 12. Oh, wheelhouse should have been there. Instead, it's tough. 30 on the against the right-hander. He's going to fight that off anyway and collect a single there, his 3rd hit. Man, I thought we had one. Here we go. Last at bat against Seaver, 10, and ballpark, 11. That's going to be in the wheelhouse, Fulton County, against the right-hander, 75 or less. Hank Aaron swings. It's gone. He drives it into the left field bleachers, and his first home run. Hank Aaron takes Tom Seaver to the cleaners, going 2 for 2 with a walk, single, and home run. And next up, we have lefty Steve Carlton. Wheelhouse of 2 on Carlton's card. Hank Aaron looking for that. Snake eyes, it's going to be in play instead, but Hank Aaron against the left-hander, 22. That's the range there. So that's going to be a pop fly into foul territory near third base. 1 down. How are you enjoying Fall Classic? Yeah, I'll be sure to look for your tribute game too. Which game is that going to be, Bob? from 1954. 3, that's a ballpark result, 68 against the lefty. That's going to be wheelhouse as well. So Hank Aaron, can he do it 2 pitchers in a row? The swing, it's gone way back to the back of the stadium. Home run number 2. So Hank Aaron takes Steve Carlton into the bleachers. He's heating up now, and final at bat against lefty. And another ballpark result, 91, though. Unfortunately, this time it's going to be an in-play result, and he concludes his series against Carlton with a fly ball into center field. So good series there. And that brings up pitcher number 8 in our tribute. At bats 22. Geez, 25%. 22 through 24, sorry. It's going to be against Bob Gibson. And Gibson, his seasons 1968 and 1969, 2 of the more dominant pitching performances in Major League history. It's going to be an in-play result, and it's going to be a ground ball down to shortstop, 1 down against Gibby. Yeah, Fall Classic. Yeah, Fall Classic really is a great game. It's so easy to play. Flows really well, and I love the fast action cards for that game as well. And Bob's Tabletop Sports, he will be playing April 27th, Giants against Milwaukee. So his Hank Aaron tribute game, be sure to check that out. And second time against Gibby and 29. And Aaron, he's going to fight that off. That's going to be a single. So Aaron, as the pitchers get tougher, so does he. 1 for 2 against Gibson, final at bat against him. And that's going to be another tough result, 58. And that's going to be a ground ball down to second base. So 1 for 3 against Gibson. And the final pitcher, and it should be no other way to face him in this tribute, is Al Downing for at-bats 25, 26, and 27. And I really want to see him go deep. So let's see if it happens. 7, and that's going to be a tough result, and not off to a good start there. That's a strikeout. That technically would have been a rare play, but we're not playing a game. So next up, 11, defensive check. Going to foul that off as we were ignoring those. Come on, let's get a 12, go wheelhouse. Patient result, 48, and 48 against the left-hander. That is going to be a walk. So this is it, the last at bat. Aaron has 2 home runs up to this point. Here we go. 8, 43, tough, and that's going to be a ground ball down to third. So Al Downing did what he did not do on April 8th, 1974, and he retires Hank Aaron with all the marbles on the line. So there you have it. I'm going to talk a little bit about Hank, too. I watched, as I mentioned, I was actually just a day away from being a month past my 11th birthday. And watch this game live. It was broadcast on national television. And if you want to see the best call of it, look for Vin Scully's call on YouTube. And this really, big baseball fan as a kid. I played, obviously, I think most kids at least at some point tried baseball. And I played baseball all the way up through high school when I stopped playing so I could focus on football, which was my better sport. But yeah, we used to collect baseball cards too. And I think in 1973, things really started to heat up. A lot of the talk about Aaron approaching Babe Ruth's home run record. And Willie Mays was in that conversation as well. And I'm 100% sure, almost 100% sure it was Topps that released a special series of baseball cards, the home run leaders, and it had the countdown on the cards. Aaron at the time was second, of course, Ruth first, Mays third. And I remember also in that summer of 73, a lot of the bad parts of America in some areas started to come out with some of the racial stuff against Aaron and the threats because people did not want him to break Ruth's record. Some of them for no other reason than because Ruth was white, Aaron was black. And I looked at it. I actually, as a 10-year-old, did not want that to happen either. But my sole reason was because the Yankees were my favorite team. And of course, Babe Ruth is the Yankees. And I didn't understand the rest of it. I grew up honestly, at that point in my life, I'd grown up in an area that was not very diverse, and really wasn't exposed to a lot of diversity, and definitely not exposed to very much racism at all, if any. And so I just didn't understand why somebody would hate and threaten somebody basically just for the color of their skin. And, sadly, that was part of the time we lived in back then. But I remember watching that game, and I firmly went into that still. As that game came up, I kind of stopped rooting against him because I wanted Babe Ruth to hold the record because he was a Yankee, and started to pull for him because of the stories and the interviews. And, even as a barely 11-year-old at that time, it was apparent Hank Aaron was just such a good human being. And in that game, I remember watching, and it was funny. If you watch the Vince Scully call, when he hit the home run, and something that was really striking watching it now, at the time you don't even think about it, but as Aaron had crossed the plate and was been mobbed by his teammates and taken over to greet his mother and his family and whatnot, one of the lines Scully said was, "A black man being given a standing ovation in the Deep South." And if you think about that now, no one would ever say that because there wouldn't be a need to say that. And that was a very poignant thing that even as an 11-year-old kid struck me. It wasn't that Hank Aaron just couldn't be a great baseball player who happened to be black. He was a black man who was a great baseball player, who was threatening, an icon to many people that didn't want him to break the record. And quite honestly, even in a small way, that kind of changed. That impacted me and kind of changed the way that I looked at life. And as I got older and experienced more of the world, kind of stuck with me, and I remembered that. So yeah, I just wanted to share. I usually don't get too personal in my videos, but wanted to share that and the impact that Hank Aaron made on me as an 11-year-old child watching that. And, obviously as I've grown, I've experienced some of that, not directly, but because I'm married to a black woman, I've been in an interracial relationship, spent time in Georgia in the military, and was subject to some taunts from people in cars and whatnot. I'm not going to get too into that and dwell on it because, that ultimately, if somebody is that way as a human being, I used to react with anger, and to the point of even getting in fights a couple of times. And now I react with almost sorrow for those people, because it's really sad that anybody can think that way about another human being. So again, without getting too deep into that, that's kind of how Hank Aaron impacted me and shaped me just a little bit as a young fan of the game, and definitely a fan of him. And so Hank Aaron, he made an indelible impact on our national pastime, but even more so on the conscience of our nation. And I think that's one of the things that we need to remember him for, as much as his achievements on the baseball field. So Godspeed, Hank Aaron, our final 27 at-bat tribute. Thanks to everyone who stopped in to watch this. And just recapping: Matt Steeler fan, Philip Reynolds, Big Polly's World of Sports, Brandon Baker, Captain Carl, RF, my good buddy Ron, and Bob's Tabletop Sports. So thanks very much, guys. And again, Godspeed, Hank Aaron. Anthony with Bleacher Bum Gaming. Hope you all have a great evening and take care.